Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue Match Day 13. We have France qualified for the World Cup and we are back to analyze Ligue 1 with Alain Valnegri. This interesting Ligue 1. Alain, we left PSG winning in the very last minute against Lyon, so they are on top of the table, 2 points less. Olympique Marseille and Lens, probably now is the time of the year where the PSG just push the accelerator and leave everyone behind, I guess.
Yes, it's difficult to understand this league. This season, I think, is the season with the most balanced league since a lot of season. When we check the table, you check the table after you check the last 3 or 5 games, and yes, the balance is dominant right now. The bottom can won against the leader team, and for that one is beautiful for the fans, but it's difficult to predict. But we are here to give the best information and to be accurate about the information and the state of form of the team.
Well, let's analyze everything after the international break. Stay with us, guys. As always, just press the like, subscribe. We are very close to the 40K subscribers. And now let's go on with the show. Well, Alain, we have a great game to start with. On Friday, we have Nice Olympique Marseille in the 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀, a derby here with Nice losing the last 3 games before the break against Metz, Freiburg in the Europa League, and PSG in general. Is a bad season, and we left OM beating Brest at home 3-0. They also lost in Europe, but away from home is always a little bit more shaky for Marseille, even if they beat Auxerre in the last game. How do you see this one? Because, of course, the bookies place Olympique Marseille as favorites.
Yes, and clearly favorites. And I am a little surprised about the odds because we always must consider one thing in football is the atmosphere and the rivalry in between both teams. And Nice Marseille is a really hot derby of the south of France. And right now in the last 5 games in Nice, Marseille won only one. Nice is not the best version of Nice in Europe, but Nice signed the beginning of the season at home. They don't lose any games. They always catch points, except the draw maybe against PFC. They won every game against team like Lille, like Olympique Lyonnais. And yes, the version of Nice in Ligue 1 can be competitive against every team in Ligue 1, include Paris Saint-Germain when they played at home. And when we check the game away of Olympique de Marseille, is not brilliant this season because they play seven game, they lose 4 away in all competition. They lose in Rennes, in Sporting, in Lens. Good reaction in the last game away when they played in Auxerre because it was really important to win this game. But right now, I don't see Olympique de Marseille so favorite for this game. For that reason, I choose the value bet is choose the double chance 1x odds 1.92.
All right. Next one is Lens Strasbourg. Both teams in Champions League spots right now, third and fourth. We left Lens getting a great win in Monaco 1-4, and before this they also beat Lorient 3-0. So it's 5 wins in the last 6 games, only losing to Metz, and at home also pretty strong, Alain, all wins, but only 1 defeat, whereas Strasbourg also were able to beat Lille in the last game, but also they have the question mark when they are traveling. It's 2 wins away this season.
Yes, it's one of the biggest game in this journey, and the fact I said you, this Ligue 1 is really balanced. Lens in the last weeks won against Olympique de Marseille, won against Monaco in Monaco, won against Lille, and lose against Metz. And when they're losing Metz, if you remember, Metz was in but the bottom team without victory, and he was the poorest team in Ligue 1. And in 3 games, Metz won 3 games, and now they're outside of the relegation. That one, yes, but Lens, when they play at home, is a guarantee. It's a guarantee of point. Now, Strasbourg will be test that strengthness at home of Lens. Strasbourg, yes, finish well before the FIFA break because they won in Sweden in Aachen. They beat Lille easily at home. It was a no game of Lille more than a game of Strasbourg. Now, yes, in Ligue 1, away only 1 point in the last 3 games. Not so easy games away because in Rennes, in Lyon, in Paris is hard. The schedule was really hard, but Strasbourg have big ambition and must to have a best average of points when they play the away. Since few weeks, we choose to play for the goal in the second half. Lens to have that tendency to score in the second half. For that reason, I choose over 1.75 goals in second half, odds 2.18.
And another interesting game is Rennes Monaco. Rennes growing before the international break with back-to-back wins against Paris and Strasbourg before a lot of draws in a bad start of the season, 5. And Monaco, Alain, I'm not sure if they have improved under Pocognoli. What is your impression after the defeat against Lens?
It's difficult because we saw a good version away because victory in 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀, victory in Nantes at home is difficult. Difficult winning against Toulouse at home, losing against PFC, losing against Lens. Yes, in 3 games, only the victory in Toulouse, and it was not a brilliant victory. And the last two defeats, I don't know what is the identity of this team, because away we saw yes a team with a strong powder in transition. Can be give you a lot of painful when the team can run. Rennes in the last weeks signs 𝗀𝗏𝗿𝗲, put in the bench Fofana. The team improve a lot, and Ludovic Blas. The team improve a lot. 7 points in 3 games, and 2 games away. And the game against Strasbourg is the best game, clearly, of Stade Rennais since the beginning of the season. Victory 4-1 against one of the Champions League ambition team in this Ligue 1. For this game, I'll be choose a scorer. Bril Embolo, ex-player of Monaco, will be motivated. He scored with Swiss national team. He scored in the last victory in Paris against the PSV. He's in a good moment, and I choose Embolo score odds 2.16.
Okay, Embolo anytime scorer, and then PSG. Le Havre, as I mentioned in the introduction, PSG bounced back after the defeat against Bayern Munich in the Champions League with a late win in Lyon. Neves was the hero scoring that goal. They are playing Tottenham, by the way, the following week in the Champions League. This should be an easy game against Le Havre, having a good season, by the way. Alain, 4 points away from the bottom 3.
Yes, Le Havre is a strong collective. It's a strong collective. It's a team with the identity really, really clear. Lower mid block, really strong in the duel, good skills in the aerial duels, and I think Le Havre, yes, it's not the team where PSG feel comfortable when they don't score soon, because we saw some games in Paris this season. PSG score in the last minute in the second half, and suffer a really high percent of possession of the ball, but not that skills to kill the game in the first half. Since the beginning of the season, Le Havre catch point in very really difficult field. Since the beginning of the season, Le Havre in the first half are really strong, because in Marseille they lose 6-2, but at the end of the first half they received only 1 goal, and that is in every games when they played away. Le Havre never received more than 1 goal in the first half, and for that reason I choose under 1.25 goals in the first half, odds 2.09.
Next game is Auxerre Lyon. This is already on Sunday. Auxerre, the bottom of the table, 7 points, only 4 consecutive defeats without scoring. Is only 1 point in the last 7 games. Therefore, I guess, Alain, here, Lyon should take all 3 points, although they are winless in the last 4 games in all competitions. This is a must win for them, and actually the odds are good. The bookies are not that sure about Lyon. Is over 2.0 Lyon to win in the pitch of the last team in Ligue 1.
Auxerre made only 1 point in the last 5. Is the worst team in the last 5. Is the bottom team. When a team enter in crisis, we made has always a lot of question, and the first question is the vestiary are with the manager, and I think in Auxerre they don't have that problem, because at the end of the game in Angers we have a video with 𝗀𝗵cie speak with the fans, and the fans said, "We are with us. We really support you because you're honest," and that one is good for the ambient. Probably during these 2 weeks, the team speak a lot, and find solution to be the team about the last season. The last season of Auxerre was one of the biggest surprise in Ligue 1, and the things can disappear like that, in spite of they lose some player, but the group, the block of the group are keeping Auxerre, and they must to recover that version. And against Lyon, is my opinion, is a good moment, because Lyon in the last 4 games only 2 draw. It's true against PSG, probably they deserve to catch some point more. In Brest, they play 82 minutes with a player less. Yes, okay, but now in Auxerre, it's not so easy to go to play right now. Lyon is clearly favorite, but in my opinion, Auxerre will make suffer Lyon. For that reason, I choose Auxerre 1 with the handicap plus 0.25, odds 2.10.
Okay, you think they can get some points, or at least a draw against Lyon? I'm surprised also to see these odds, actually, that the bookies don't trust Lyon that much in the game. Next one is Brest Metz. Also here, I'm surprised about the odds. Alain, you mentioned before how Metz had come from the dead. They were in the cemetery and they are out of the relegation spots. Actually, they have 1 point more than Brest. 3 consecutive wins against Nice, Nantes, and Lens. And look at the odds. The bookies place Brest really as favorites, is 1.8 to win, even if they are winless in the last 6.
Yes, Brest is clearly in a crisis. We can't say nothing more. We saw, especially in Marseille, a team empty, a team lose that fire about the last season. I don't know if the team is depressed because they don't play again in Europe or in Champions League, and the last season, that one was the fuel for the team. But something happened. Something happened in that vestiary. 4 games, only 1 point, 0 goal score, zero. And the game against Lyon, they play more than 80 minutes with a player more, and no solution. And we see a team with some collective deficit, and that one is a really bad news. Castillo, Roman del Castillo miss a penalty in a delicate moment. The game against Paris Saint-Germain. Yes, that must recover his best version. In change, Metz found his best version, because after the game in Lille, when they lose 6-1, nobody thought Metz can be win in a streak against Nantes, and against Nice. Nobody. And yes, they're right now they're out of the relegation spot with a good energy, no, and maybe the break arrived in the worst moment for Metz. But no, I think Metz find his way. Brest, when the things start to go bad, normally the manager pay the consequence, and Roy is in a clearly danger. And for me, Metz will be catch point in Bretagne, and I choose double chance, Metz x2, odds 2.10.
Surprise indeed about these odds. Also for the relegation, Nantes, Lorient, Nantes in the bottom three, they drew with Le Havre, lost to Metz and Monaco before that. And here, Alain, we have the worst home team in Ligue 1, Nantes, with only 4 points, and the worst away team in Ligue 1, Lorient, with only 1 point.
Yes, it's not the most exciting to see this weekend. A draw, yes, the draw. Yes, but it's difficult to trust in a draw with Lorient when they played away. I trust more Nantes can be win finally a game at home than Lorient can be catch point in Nantes. Right now, maybe yes, against Metz it was a really poor game for Nantes, but against Monaco it was a good game. In the production, offensive production, they scored 3 goals against Monaco. Not a lot of team can be scored 3 goals against Monaco in Ligue 1. They catch a draw against Rennes. They won against Auxerre. Yes, I think the balance of the 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀 is better for Nantes at home than Lorient away. But it's true, Lorient, when they played at home, is totally different team. Totally different team. They catch a draw against Paris Saint-Germain. In spite of that, my opinion, Nantes is favorite for this game, and I choose Nantes winning. Odds 2.50.
Toulouse, Angers is the next one. Toulouse in the middle of the table, 3 consecutive draws before this game, really favorite, 1.6 only the odds to beat Angers, 3 points away from the bottom 3 since they were able to beat Auxerre, Alain, in a key game before the break.
Yes, it was really. Yes, we predict this one because it was clear, and the odds were so inviting for Angers. Angers is a collective really difficult to move. Is a team. Is rarely to see Angers lose bad a game, except in Strasbourg this season. We saw Angers in every game, always in the game. They catch a draw in Marseille. They made suffer Lille At home, they catch a draw against Monaco in Angers. Lyon suffered to win 1-0 and wait the last minute. Yes, Angers is difficult to move. It's not the most funny team to see, but tactical lovers enjoy to see Angers because it's a collective symphony in the way to defend. After in front of the goal, maybe they miss something sometimes, but they've sold Le Paul the last day of the market, and it was difficult to find solution. They found Sidiki Sharif, but he's 18 years old, but he's already scored 3 games in the last 5 games in Ligue 1. Is a context for him, I think, because when Iran is really, really good when he attack the space, and Toulouse must to take the initiative. Now, in this game, Toulouse is difficult to understand. This TFC at the beginning of the season, we thought the team was poor. Then the beginning of the season, in the last weeks, draw against Le Havre, against Rennes, in Lorient. Yes, it's a great team. It's a great team. They lose a little passion about the respect to the last season. But in spite of that, I don't choose 1x2. I choose a both team to score odds 2.05.
And the last game is Lille-Paris CFC. Lille fifth in the standings after the defeat against Strasbourg, also lost in the Europa League in Belgrade against Red Star. At home, at least we're able to beat Angers and Metz, and we have Paris EFC, Alain, in the middle of the table. Lost to Rennes, beat Monaco. Here the bookies also don't have many doubts. They place Lille really as favorites.
Yes, it's the logical prediction for this game. PFC since the beginning of the season, it was a both team to score team, but in the last 2 games we saw a different version of the team, most defensive, probably with the block changed after before the block was really high with high pressure with a frequency really elevate, but right now the team is a little more camaleonte, changed the way to pressure. And when they scored first in the game, like in Monaco, after when they put the low block, we saw a solidarity about the team, a team with technical talent, make the sacrifice to defend and help the team, and that one is good, because the team want to grow. PFC is a project, will grow every season, and for his first season, when do you acquire that quality to change the mentality in some games? That one is a really good thing to grow and be a big team from the next season. Now, Lille must have a reaction. I don't know what happened in Lille after the winning in Metz. Is the worst version of the team we are showing, because 4 games, 3 defeats, and only 1 goal scored. And it was a team really productive in offensive phase. Right now, I don't know if the problem is with Genesio, if Giroud is not scoring, but you have 𝗀𝗲𝗄 is brilliant striker. You have a lot of creative player to change the things and can make decision in every game. And see Lille 3 games in the last 4 without scoring, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised. There must have a reaction. I wait a reaction. I wait a reaction about the PFC. And in my opinion, is another both team to score games, odds 1.75.
How do you rate Olivier Giroud, by the way, Alain, in these months in Lille?
But he started really well, but after he lose he lose the goal because Olivier Giroud is there for a goal. It's normal. He's 39 years old. If your project is win the game with a Giroud with 15, 20 goals in the season, I don't know why you can choose that. After, if you sign Giroud to be an helper for the young player, yes, and that one I think Giroud is doing right now, but he's doing that. He's doing that. Sorry, but yes, we are analysts, we are journalists, we saw a striker and. In his career.
Olivier Giroud, what a classic now that we are going to the World Cup, a classic with France, with Didier Deschamps. Well, guys, this is it for our Ligue 1 show. Remember that you have the chance to participate in our tipster competitions going on this month and win some cash money. Also, you can participate with rivals and play with your friends, create your own tipster competitions and play with your friends. Alain, your safe bet?
My safe bet is Nantes Lorient double chance, 1x, odds 1.46.
And the ACCA?
Stade Rennais Monaco double chance, x2. Nantes Lorient over 1.75 goals. Toulouse Angers double chance, x2. Lille Paris FC over 2.25 goals for a total 7.15.
Okay, Alain Valnegri, thank you. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.